For what?
It's organic meat running
But we should talk to Kenny. Just keep in front of him.
Yeah, I'm sorry. See, you've been through all the hitting bird.
It was just funny, of course.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing up there.
This microphone does not turn off. Noted. Hold down, hold on. 7 o'clock, so I'd like to go ahead and call to order tonight's meeting for Dayton City Council for January 16th, 2024. Can I get a roll call, please, Ms. Bailey?
Here.
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 Yeah.
Full house, and certainly appreciate that.
Mayor Baker,
Oh, still here, yeah.
City Administrator Fawcett.
Here.
City Attorney Edmondson.
Sorry, it's not just about council, it's about all of us. But I do appreciate the full house. Second of all, if we could all please raise for a moment of silence and a pledge of allegiance. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. There's a lot going on tonight. It's going to be a fun night. A lot to discuss. Some fun things we're going to do here with new officers. Got some introductions, some folks here in our region. But first, we're going to do what is the third annual State of the City Address. This is something that this administration has been doing for 3 years now. So we'll go ahead and get our way with it. So good evening, City Council and Dayton community. It is my great pleasure tonight to present my third City of Dayton State of the City Address, which conveys our government's current state of affairs. Now, this address kicks off a new calendar year and marks the midpoint of the city's budget year. Both are very important indicators of the city's trajectory. Now, if you guys were paying attention, 2023 was the year for infrastructure projects. 2 different projects, both of which were in the works for more than 10 years in the making, finally came to fruition in 2023. The Berry Street Connector right outside our door here, and the 6th Avenue bump outs and the streetscape projects. Last month, the city dedicated the Berry Street Connector. It's an extremely important project for the city. This new connection provides our police officers, our firefighters, our EMTs with much quicker access to the residents living in the homes on Manhattan Boulevard, cutting the response time by as much as 4 minutes for some emergency runs. Now, if someone needs medical attention on that side of the wall, 4 minutes, we're talking about saving lives. It also provides a direct connection to our downtown business district, making it easier for those residents and visitors using our trail systems along the Ohio River to patronize our downtown restaurants, our coffee shops, retail outlets, and taverns, while providing Dayton residents who live south of the flood wall with an easier, more direct route to the river in our trail systems there. 13 curb extensions, 13. Some of them, us call them bump outs, were constructed this past summer, and they fall along 6th Avenue between McKinney and Berry Avenue. Bump outs are proven to increase pedestrian safety, particularly for children walking to and from school. They reduce traffic congestion, and they create a much more livable, walkable community, which we all know Dayton is. Duke Energy installed pedestrian light poles on these bump outs, and the city plans to install street furniture in the next year and landscaping for the next coming summer. The city also worked with Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, KYTC, to hold off on paving of Route 8, which was originally scheduled to be done in 2022, until after the bump out project was completed last year. So they originally planned paved Mary Ingalls Highway from the flood wall to Fort Thomas. KYTC finished paving Route 8 from Mary Ingalls Highway through Bellevue and to Newport. The city also repaved 2nd Avenue in the city's industrial park and sections of Berry Avenue after the connector project was finally completed in December. I believe we all probably remember the traffic garden over here by Gilliland Park and the high school. Tri-State Trails partnered with the city of Dayton to obtain a $25,000 grant to generate a brand new traffic garden in Gilliland Park. Now, a traffic garden is a miniature version of roadway for kids with roundabouts, railroad crossings, bus stops, and bike lines. The purpose of this project is to teach children about traffic safety early in life, which is an important step in preventing future crashes and pedestrian incidents. I want to give a huge shout out to Caitlin Sparks. It was her vision and her drive that spearheaded this project. Let's talk about next year. We have some notable infrastructure projects planned for the 2024, including construction of both Phase 2 and Phase 3 of the Riverfront Commons River Edge Trail project. This year, the city was able to obtain an additional $760,000 in federal funds to complete Phase 2, which was delayed because the bids for construction of this phase came in significantly higher than was originally budgeted. These projects will be put out for construction bids later this winter, and we are hopeful that they will be built in 2024, which will complete the city's trail project along the river's edge. The city will also be seeking another federal grant to improve the upper trail on top of our flood wall, which will connect the river's edge trail. The city is also seeking construction bids for the second and final phase of the sidewalk project along Dayton Pike, which connects the recently completed sidewalk on the west side of our road from Chateau Ridge to Fort Thomas. We have seen tremendous residential development in our city in the last few years. Over the past 9 years, nearly 500 new residential properties as single-family homes, condos, and apartments have been constructed along Manhattan Boulevard. This year, we expect another 300 additional residential units to go online, including the 265-unit Velo apartments next to the marina. Apartments are already available for lease in this brand new complex. Last year, 5 new homes with panoramic views of the Cincinnati skyline were completed at the Red Knot community on 10th Avenue between the O'Fallon Avenue and Walnut Street. Construction for one more home is currently underway. In addition, many other single-family and multi-family homes throughout the community have been rehabbed at a rate that's never been seen in many years to our city. Campbell County Planning and Zoning Department recently informed us that it had issued building permits with a construction value of nearly $15 million for our city alone last year. The city of Dayton is a hot market. We knew that. And right now, real estate investors are starting to understand that as well. And finally, what might be the most exciting development that is going on in the city is the rehabilitation of the Burton Building. Some of us call it the Ramey Building. Started this past year at the corner of 6th Avenue and Berry Street. Orleans Development Company has spent about $2 million for this purchase and renovation of this 4-story, 138-year-old brick building with commercial space on the first floor and 10 loft-style apartments on the second floors. The apartments and commercial space are currently available for lease. Another economic development incentive implemented this summer was the Rope Walk Entertainment District. In this district, which is 6th Avenue from O'Fallon onto Main Street, patrons of Dayton businesses can legally carry alcoholic beverages in pre-approved cups into this district and other businesses. This district complements the second year of the city's Final Friday events, which provided free musical entertainment in Monument Park every final Friday of the month in the summer and fall. In 2023, the city implemented the Residential Rental Property Inspection and Safety Program to inspect all of its residential rental property in the city to ensure that these properties are safe, habitable, and sanitary to comply with all local and state building and property maintenance regulations. To date, more than 700 of these properties have been inspected, which is more than one half of the residential units in our city. We are on track to have all residential rental properties in this city inspected by the end of this year, way ahead of schedule. We continue to emphasize code enforcement as a primary tool to address blighted properties in our cities. This past year, the city established our fourth top 10 list. Top 10 list of vacant and abandoned properties after our previous successes addressing these properties in our first three lists. Many of these properties on the list have been renovated, sold to third parties, or demolished by the city. The city is in the process of updating its historic preservation guidelines. These guidelines have been reviewed and approved by the Board of Architectural Review and the City Council. It's on to the City Planning Commission for its review and recommendation. These guidelines are expected to come before the City Council for final approving in the next couple of months. So in closing, the city's working very hard for our residents and our business owners. The City of Dayton is in an excellent position right now to move our businesses, our residents, and our community forward. 2023 was a momentous year for the City of Dayton, Kentucky. Big projects were started, big projects were completed. Together with the help of our community members, the sky is the limit for our future projects. We look forward to working with the entire Dayton community over the next 12 months and beyond to continue the progress that we have started here in the city. And to quote Randy Bachman in the 1974 #1 hit for the Bachman-Turner Orchestra, "Baby, you ain't seen nothing yet." So God bless you. God bless your family. May God continue to bless the city of Dayton, Kentucky. Thank you very much. Now that I got that song stuck in your head and I can stop reading. Moving right along, we always like to welcome anybody who is running for state or county office or city office for that matter to the city here for our Dayton City Council meetings. And tonight we have a gentleman who's running for House District number 67, Matt Lehman. Matt just wanted to come and introduce himself to the City Council tonight and say hi. So Matt, the podium's yours, sir.
Mayor Baker, thank you for having me. Thank the council and all the public servants here for what you do. Yeah, my name is Matt Lehman, court president, longtime Campbell County resident as well. Democratic not all running. I'm going to step up, make sure our district has strong representation. Frankfurt had very good representation from a very long time. Great. Back in Callahan, I think I'd like to continue in that legacy where, especially our river cities here and out the Wild or even out the Highland Heights now, we have a strong voice working for our interest. That's my goal. Again, my name is Matt. If you ever need to get in touch, my website, Baker has my contact as well. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Lehman. And lights up. Told you it was going to be fun tonight. We are welcoming our newest member of the police department, Officer Cooper.
I know.
So I think we all know that Officer Spears has worked very hard in building this K-9 unit here in the city of Dayton. We're very impressed with his work with it. I'm very thankful for it. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is we're going to introduce Officer Cooper to the crowd, and then we're going to swear him in for his duty. Not his duty, but you know what I mean.
Aww. Oh. Aww.
I promise I have never fought in a duel with deadly weapons. Nor have I actively second a duel with deadly weapons. I vow not to sleep too fairly much on the job. I have heard I will not fix too hurt against deadly weapons. I promise to be there for the best of the faith. I have kept promise to God. The best of the boys, all days. Without further ado, further pause, by the power that welcome. Thanks, Cubes. What's that?
Aw. Where's his doggy bed?
What's that?
Where's his doggy bed?
We're getting it. I ordered it. It takes time to engrave and all that good stuff. But he does have a doggy badge on the way. I was going to make it a surprise to him. Got some brothers meeting each other over there. Thanks, Fortners, for bringing his brother.
Thank
Great seeing you. Yeah, if you didn't notice in this back row, the Fortners brought his brother from the breeding facility, so it was a family event tonight. Next on the agenda, we would like to invite the organization Breathe Easy Northern Kentucky. They said they wanted to say a few words for our city council tonight, so the podium is yours.
Project director for the One in KY Alliance. I'm, of course, also a neighbor over there in Bellevue on city council myself. Just coming to show our gratitude, provided you a small gift, and wanted to recognize the work that you did at setting the stage really for the smoke-free work in Northern Kentucky. You're a leader, and that was quite clear. I am on a council in a strong mayor system, but when it comes to setting policy, that requires council. And because of your, at times, courage, this is a tough issue to deal with. It's certainly something in the Commonwealth of Kentucky that's taken very, very seriously because of our culture. But nonetheless, your deliberation really set the standard and has allowed us, one, in Bellevue, to follow suit. Happy to say we followed you. Highland Heights after that, of course. And then conversations are continuing right now with other cities. And first and foremost, the city of Dayton taking this important step is what has come up. So we don't just want, when this effort is undertaken, to say, thanks for the work and see you later. Instead, want to make sure that we keep coming back. Know that your name comes up in all of our meetings internally as we consider the right way to address a policy like this. And I'm happy to report that in the conversations about how it's been implemented in Dayton as well as other cities, I can tell you right now that we have seen across all three cities that have passed it so far, 0 issues with enforcement. That is something I thought would happen, but you never know. So really just here to show my gratitude. And I'm joined by Dr. Michael, who wants to say a few words, of course, because the health, it's important to remind us of the health effects that are implicated in by passing smoke-free policies. So I'll invite Dr. to come up and say a few words. Also wanted to note that with me is a colleague from the American Cancer Society, the Cancer Action Network, Katie Rosegarden, made a decent trip out here again to show gratitude for passage of this as well. So again, thank you so much for that. Dr.
Mayor Baker and City Council, you are very special. I've been family physician for almost 37 years now. I've been involved in our lung cancer screening program for about 7 years. It's one of the most successful lung cancer screening programs in the world. But I knew that really save more lives and to make more of an impression, I had to get into advocacy. Started in 2021. I had to get into policy. I started in 2022. I was very pleased and highly rewarded to be part of the process, see the city of Dayton, Kentucky, second city in Kentucky to have passed a comprehensive smoking. We know smoking's bad. Smoking causes emphysema, COPD, cardiovascular, stroke, peripheral vascular, many other cancers. But we also know that to affect change, you need to change people's behavior. You need to change policy. Smoking rates have started to decline over the last 20 to 30 years. And it's no surprise that lung cancer has also come down over that same time frame. It's not because of any miracle of modern science. It's because of policy, behavioral change. Smoking is not good for us. We realize that. Those are words. But to put words into action requires leadership. Smoking was just banned on commercial flights, turn of the century, 2000. That's when they first said you cannot smoke on any domestic or international flight. When I first started practice in 1987, we had a smoking section in our waiting room. In 1988, we did away with that. These kind of changes don't happen on their own. They happen because of leadership. It happens because of people, individuals, or groups of people like you that stand up against the countercurrents of cultural, economic, fiscal change or cross currents and put their words into action. And that's what you did. And this is not so much a recognition for what you did, but a recognition for what you're going to do. Your influence has already affected others. It's going to influence other cities, other counties, other states, and your legacy will continue to live on. And we appreciate that and want to recognize you for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Giesky. Appreciate your efforts throughout the region. Anybody else from the organization like to speak to council? All right. Move right along. The next one's also a fun one. Jay Brewer in his final State of the School address. That breaks my heart, dude.
Talk about it.
All right, well, just go ahead and do it. I know you're going to knock it out of the park.
Okay. I'm just glad there was a break between Cooper and me. So thank you. Okay. No.
Yeah, how do you follow up Cooper? But you
I
did a
mean,
good
you
job.
can't.
You
You
a
did
good
a nice
Doctor.
job, but I'm glad I've got that break there. So it's always good to be back with the good friends here on the city council. Continued collaboration between the cities and the schools. Being someone that grew up in a River City schools, I understand the importance of us growing together to focus on what's best for that next future generation. So excited to be here. Follow along. We've got some quick slides for you. Our mission is to inspire, engage, and grow. This year, we started an Inspire Speaker Series. We've had 7 different speakers come speak to our student body, grades 7 through 12. Kicks off on a Monday morning to get the tone set for the rest of the week. This speaker was none other than Kathy Holleran, who leads Chicks and Chucks for the Cancer Foundation. She came in the month of October. So our next speaker is scheduled for this coming Monday. Ben Baker was the speaker, did a wonderful job connecting with our kids. And Rachel Roberts was also one of our speakers. Good to have her in as well. So next slide there. What's growing on? You know, we continue to grow. We've got this wonderful project called Project One. You're very familiar with what's going on with that. We'll go out for bid here at our next board meeting, 3 weeks. Hopefully all the numbers come back and we get ready to build something great for the kids and community of Dayton. So that is Project One. From 6 to 736, that's the number of dual credit hours that we've improved from. That 6 was about 10 years ago. Last year, our juniors and seniors we now have them earning credits at the area tech center, Gateway Community College, and then our newest innovation program, the Young Scholars Program at NKU. Had us earning a total of 736 total hours. We anticipate closing in on the 1,000 hours earned mark at the end of this school year. This year, our rankings, or no rankings, or what do you call them, school report cards come out. As you look along the river, we also include kind of Erlanger as a River City district. They have a similar demographic. We come in second along the river, closely behind our good friends from Ludlow, who do a great job educating their students. So proud of our efforts to continue to do a great job of meeting the needs of our kids. And then our graduation rate is hanging in there at a proud 95%. The state average is 90%. So next slide. You can't read that list there that's up in the corner, and that's fine. You see there we had 9 students, 9 out of 20 make the dean's list out at NKU. this fall of the 20 kids that are heading out to Northern. And then we had 2 students make the president's list. So 11 out of our 20 kids heading out to NKU were either on the dean's list or the president's list this fall. So a great group of kids out there doing a great job. I think there's a proud grandpa that sits on this council that will highly endorse the wonders of that program. Yep, it's a game changer, I believe, for those kids and for those kids when they re-engage with the Dayton community and continue to lift us up. So very proud of the efforts there. And then we had another fine fall football season, making the playoffs and having a great win over Bishop Brossart out there on their home field. So always great to see our kids out participating, being challenged both academically and athletically. We also have a new therapy dog. So dogs seem to be the big thing. And the great thing about the dogs is you see the young lady on the beanbag. We've got Baylor. Baylor is our therapy dog there. And the great thing is you just watch the people in the room. And officers will probably attest to this too. It just changes people's state. They go from being angry, being happy. It's like, oh, I'm mad at the whole world. This school sucks. Oh, it's a puppy. And it's like, oh, they melt. So it's a great thing. So Karen Fox, many of you know Karen has been doing a great job with our therapy dog. If you haven't been down to the updated gym, we had about a $300,000 project, new bleachers, redid the floor there, and then redid a lot of the branding inside the gym. We've got the fight song up on the wall there. We've got the state championship plaques on the wall. If you flip to the next slide there, Jared. We've also updated the cafeteria. Joe's been down there probably the most with his nose in and out of the trophy case. We've got some wonderful old trophies that we're proudly displaying, and they're in an organized fashion. Most of you will recognize Gina Bird. We could not have done this without Gina really putting all the records together of the past to honor the champions of the past, inspire the champions of the future. So next slide. Some more pictures from that project. There's the fight song. And it was interesting. There's, as you can imagine, over the years, some of the words changed just a little bit. So there was some controversy. But in the end, those of you who know Miss Gina, our answer for those who have a challenge with that, we said, well, Miss Gina said this is the way it's supposed to be. And that's the way it's going to be. So Jessica's giving it a head shake. It's like, yeah, if Gina says that's the way it is, that's what it's going to be. So Gina really helped us there as well. The upper picture, you see the trophy cases, and above the trophy cases, you'll see 55 of our individual relay state champions honored up there. Of course, Adrian Hundemer is the most recognizable one, having won more individual relay champions than any athlete in the state of Kentucky with a total of 21. So she's up there. Incredible. Up there. So a lot of history there. Down in the lower left, you'll see a banner or poster, whatever you want to call it, to John Wooden, who coached here for 2 years. So a lot of detailed information, pictures from his first 2 teams, and then pictures from his years out at UCLA. And then the final picture, you see the 5 state champions displayed inside the high school gym. Elementary school, upper corner, we have 12 peer tutors that volunteer an hour of their day to go up and work with our kids. So if you ever hear anything about those kids these days, they never get back. Well, come down to Lincoln Elementary and you'll see otherwise. Proud of them. We continue to have a 5-star preschool and a 5-star Head Start program, getting those kids at the earliest ages. And then we're going to give a high five to the science of reading. We're seeing our reading scores continue to grow. We're working with a group out of New York State in the science of reading, doing a great job training our staff on a real strategic way to teach reading. So we're seeing great progress there. Advocacy, very excited about that. Proud of the Dayton Board of Education. Our Vice Chair, Diane Huff, is here. Former Dayton High School math teacher and guidance counselor, quite a legend here in Dayton herself. Our Dayton Board of Education has joined up with the Council for Better Education to advocate for public monies going to public schools. There's been 2 lawsuits. Dayton Independent Schools was listed with Jefferson County on the latest one that had victory over the charter school funding law. So Dayton continues to be, Jeff's very familiar with the tradition of Jack Moreland sitting on the Council of Better Education for Equity and Funding. So I sit as their current secretary and proud of the work that we're doing there. And then you have Angie Perez there standing and there with the Lieutenant Governor as she is advocating both downstate. You see her, she went downstate. She advocated locally as well for funding for the Young Scholars Academy there. So it's great seeing Angie, dual language student for us, one of those honor kids out at NKU, standing up and having great experience being an advocate for all kids in the state of Kentucky. I'm currently finishing up a book called Tattoos on the Heart. So if anybody's looking for a great read, highly recommend that. And one of the sayings that sticks with me is, behold the one beholding you, smiling. And I look at the Lieutenant Governor beholding Angie and smiling. And it's just that proud moment that you see that we all have when we see kids shine. So proud of Angie for her work and for the Board of Education for advocacy for all kids. Next slide. We're excited. We were one of 12 school districts in the state to receive $1.5 million over 5 years for partnering with families in our community. So that gives us the opportunity to hire a community connector to continue our engagement with Northern Kentucky agencies to help support our families. We know strong families make for strong kids. So we're excited about that work. Then what's our next move? We continue to have a wonderful, vibrant chess program. All of our kids at Dayton learn how to play chess. So go ahead. Our next move, you're going to see Project One. There's a nice aerial view of everything totally cleared out and ready to build. We're going to continue to focus on providing opportunities for our kids to grow. Looking for connections through our Pritchard grant to strengthen families, and then opportunities for our kids to get out there in programs such as the NKU Young Scholars Program, the Skills Trade Program at Newport. We like to say yes to opportunities for our kids. And then literacy is a focus and will continue to be a focus of the school district. In my mind, literacy is what speed is on the playing field. You gotta be able to get through, especially in today where information is coming at us at such a high rate. You got to be able to read and process that information. So that is the state of the school in a nutshell. So certainly open to any questions anyone may have. And again, appreciate everything you guys continue to do to make it easy to grow our kids.
Any questions for Superintendent Brewer?
Just a comment. We all know Jay is retiring this year. And,
Yeah.
I'd like to take the opportunity to personally thank you and the Board of Ed as well for everything that you've done for our community and our kids.
Been a great 12 years. Of course, you were there at the start. Was interesting out of the gate. Things that I came out in the interview, they weren't quite, but we worked through it, and very proud of the Board of Education at that time for standing up and doing what was right for the kids of Dayton. We've come a long way. I believe that the board will do a great job of picking a successor. My theme is we're good now, and I'm looking for Dayton schools to hit that next thing and become great. So excited about the transition. I'm less than 5-minute drive away. Dayton's been very good to me and very good for me. I feel like I've come out of this a better individual for having spent 12 years here with the great folks of Dayton. So I won't be a stranger. You'll see me. Can't wait to get this running trail up and going. You'll see me all over the place. And if there's anything, I mean anything that I can do for the kids and community of Dayton, you've got my number. Reach out and give me a call. Yep.
Well, I ain't gonna let you go that easy. We're gonna talk to you in the next couple months. You know, it ain't over yet.
Oh yeah. We're sprinting to the finish, so we still got some things going on. So.
That's right. So thanks for the state of the schools. We know we're in good hands currently and can't wait to see we move forward. And thank you very much, Mr.
All right. Thank you.
Well, good evening, sir. Next on the docket will be the approval of minutes for December 19th, 2023. I have a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion's been made by Member Kelly. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions, comments, concerns concerning? All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstentions? The ayes have it. We'd like to give anybody from the public the opportunity to address City Council and administration for any items that are on the upcoming agenda for the evening. So this is just for upcoming agenda items, which are not many. But if you have some comments, we'll take them. And we do not. So that puts us on to the ordinances, which there are none, which goes on to the order resolutions. There's a couple, just a couple. First is Order Resolution 2024, number 1, Romeo. Ms. Beatty, please.
An order and resolution of the City Council of the City of Dayton, Kentucky, reappointing individuals to various city boards and commissions.
This is
Do we have a motion to accept Order Resolution 2024, 1 Romeo? Member Neary's made the movement. Do I have a second? Second by Member Volter. Any comments, questions, concerns? Roll call, please, Ms. Bain.
Please. All right. Member Kelly,
Aye.
Member Wired,
Aye.
Member Levens. Aye. Member Volter,
Aye.
Member Neary,
aye.
Member Neiman. Aye.
The ayes have it. Second and last order resolution is 2024, number 2, Romeo. Ms. Bain, please.
An order and resolution of the City Council of the City of Dayton, Kentucky, reappointing Joe Neary, Jeff Walter, and Mike O'Day to the Board of Directors of the Bellevue Dayton Fire Department.
As Administrator Fawcett described previously, I think we all understand. Do I have a motion to accept Order 2024, number 2, Romeo?
I'll make the motion.
Member Neiman's made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Member Levens. Roll call, please, Ms. Neiman. Or Ms. Bainey.
Member Neiman. Aye. Member Kelly.
Aye.
Member Wired.
Aye.
Member Levens. Aye. Member Volter.
Not voting.
Am I not supposed to ask the jury?
We both have to abstain.
Okay, that's it. I have
abstain.
Volter and Nearman. She doesn't have. I mean, Volter and Neary. I got everybody else.
All right.
4 out of 6, y'all still made it. Good job. Okay, so moving right along. First, we like to do ladies first on departments reports, and usually Ms. Patterson's here for code enforcement. She's not today because she had a lovely baby boy
Daughter. Boy.
grandson
Boy. Boy.
brought into her family just last Friday. So we will excuse her today, but we look forward to hearing her next week. But I think she still gave a report there. So if anybody has any questions, just forward them to administration. So next goes we'll do fire. Why not? Chief Atkins.
We'll have my report, just a couple things to touch on. We had another successful Christmas program. As you know, we get 5 families from each of the school systems. We go out, we make sure they have a nice Christmas. We give them a basket with food, basically turkey or ham, bread, all the fixings for a good meal. Every year, we always try to do something, like one big thing, give them bikes fast. This year, we talked to the schools, and they seem to say that both schools seem to say there's really a big need for kids needing underwear and socks. So due to some donations for some very good people in the cities, we were able to go out buy almost $1,000 worth of socks wear. So 10 families, 26 kids, got a good Christmas and got a big pile of socks. Again, another good year for us. You saw in my packet a couple of letters from people, cities made runs on. I hope that you all saw the TV story that was done in Channel 5 right before Christmas. Very good story, guys. They saved this one's life, and they brought her in. She got to kind of have a conversation with guys that made the run on her. That's why I fight so hard for my guys. That's why I'm always up here singing their praises, because I see it every day. I know they do. Good thing, a little bit of recognition. Also, I had one of my members complete paramedic school, and if you don't know what that entails, that's about 1.5 years of your life you pretty much give up. All you're doing is studying, and you're in your books, constant learning. That becomes your priority. I mean, clinicals, classes, ride time, and so he just completed. He'll be testing out soon, and I had another one that is elected to go to school, so he is giving up 1.5 years of his life to basically go to paramedic school. So I want to commend them, because that's making a commitment that is not easily obtained. Beyond that, I don't have much else to add. It's another good year, and my job was made easy because you all in the city of Bellevue, how you all are very collaborative, we all work together. We all have the same vision to make sure we have a very good fire department too, and looking forward to another good year.
Thank you very much, Chief. Does anybody have any questions?
Have a special two things on the agenda: purchase equipment, purchase. Oh.
Thank you very much, Chief. Chief Halfhill, would you like to give a report for the police department this month?
Years swearing in tonight. Have my reports. I am getting together the yearly report. Best start do that in the first year. We a lot of training and all that stuff. We had I just want to give congratulations to Officer Byrne. He also that goes for voted on by the supervisor, superior officer, which go for like report writing, relations to the public. Put it on by the so I have that.
That's a pretty good thing to have.
It's a good thing.
Congratulations,
So,
Officer Fern.
Hopefully, with we continue this, we have a big plaque, empty spaces on it. Continue. The only other thing I want to touch on, we have a last emergency management have a app called Smart 911. Been out a long time, it's been out for several years, I guess. App. I guess there was a shelter in place in Thomas. Fled a domestic situation, got into the air and stuff like that. So they put out whoever has Smart 911 landlines, they'll put out a shelter. Now the problem that we're seeing is not many people have landlines, so some of the information is not getting out. So I do have this pamphlet, stuff like that. I will have it at the department and on the side, but it's just registering for cell phone numbers, so you can read emergency alerts, weather, anything emergency management about it. Emergency anywhere near where you landlines on the wayside. It doesn't like knowing. I just want to touch base with that. Probably put that out on a website or maybe that it will. But if emergency management, if we want anything further of that, they advise.
Fantastic. Any questions for the chief tonight from council? Thank you, sir. You have a good evening. Cheese stands alone there. Rick, Public Works, please.
Okay, we're staying busy, of course, but we have 4 trucks all set up, no plows, salt box, and everything on it. We're ready. Any kind of type. Plenty of salt. Right now, the last 2 days, we're out replacing a lot of stop signs, no outlet signs, or they're faded or damaged. So we've already replaced probably 20 or 25 signs last couple of days. We're going to be working on that the rest of the week. Or other than that, I mean, we're set up. All of our equipment good shape and running. Yeah, we took big cottonwood down, dump. I think I poured bid on the sidewalk that if they could possibly start on it next week. That'd be up to weather.
That was the
Man,
worst in the city.
There was roots size of basketball.
Yeah,
It's unreal.
the problem for years. Good job.
Yeah, they were there long before the houses, streets, and everything else.
I hate to see
Yeah.
this go, but
Cottonwoods, right? They're a bad tree. Other than that, if anybody's got any questions,
questions for Rick?
said all of our equipment's holding up great. Salt.
Fantastic. Hope you never use it.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. Mr. Fawcett, the floor is yours for the city administrator report. Oh, well, shucks. Thank you very much. Is any city council have any questions for the city administrator? All right. Audience, you're allowed to address city council and administration with anything that's on your mind. Super Bowl picks, whatever you like, really. I'm a Bills guy these days. All right. First thing on the new business, if anybody objects, I understand, but I will be out of town for the next city council meeting. I'd like to move it to the 20th, which would be the second regular scheduled meeting. But if anybody objects, we can do it in my absence. Nobody. All right, I'll see you all on the 20th. Anybody else with new business for the city? Lively bunch tonight. I have a motion to adjourn. Member Neary's made the movement. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstentions? We will see you on February 20th. Stay warm.
Aye.